fellow campers and canoe trippers. It's the last night out here in the Boundary Waters. I'm rounding up 30 years of camping out here. And the sun is just gone down over that direction, and the chill is coming on. So with night coming on, I want to show you two things. There are two little interesting gizmos that I use at night around the camp. The first one is this candle lantern. Okay? Now I got this at, here, watch it unfold. Isn't that nifty? I got this when Herders, the outdoor supply company, was closing down. And I was going to college at the time up in Bemidji, and I came down to the city as I went down a couple times a month to visit with my military buddies. And this time I took the time to drive down to Waseca, where Herders had its store. Well, the main store was pretty well closed down, and everything they had was in something about the size of a small shoe store. Well, I looked around and I found this candle lantern. There were a couple more on the shelf. It's really nifty. You just take a candle, a stub or a full-size one, and you stick it down into the teeth on the inside to hold it, and then close it up again. And then in the back there's an opening that you can reach in with a match or a lighter, light the candle. And this has genuine isinglass around it for the windows. That's very thin sheets of mica. Now the only problem I found out with this was when the candle burns down through the bottom, it'll set fire to whatever is under it. So I have to keep it on a pie tin or something like that, because I've had a couple experiences where I've burned up a kneeling pad. And the second thing that I want to show you, and this is really different, and this doesn't go out on a camping trip very often, is this miner's headlamp. Okay? Miners, of course, don't use anything like this anymore. That's all electric. But cave explorers, spelunkers, and those sort of people, they used this because all you needed were carbide and water. Now, one of my summer jobs when I was going to college was at Union Carbide in Niagara Falls. And as soon as I opened up the can of this stuff, all those days at Union Carbide came rushing back to me. This stuff is not healthy. It's mixed with water. It gives off acetylene, which I'll show you in a minute. Will make the flame. So it's sort of thing you have to be really careful with. Now, have a look. This is the working end of it. There's a little water tank on top. You fill it up right here. There's also a lever. Now by moving that lever one way or the other, you can increase the drops of water that will go into the tank underneath it with the carbide in it, thereby making the acetylene. It's going to be forced through this nozzle and into a flame. Now this has a striker on it, like a cigarette striker, but that's a little tricky to use. I understand if you're really good at it, you can put your palm over it and wait for the gas to build up and hit the striker and it'll poof the flame. But what I'm going to do is just put it together. Add some water. Wait a minute. And then and see if I can get a light. It's my stronger hand here. Get ready for this. I can feel the carbide on the inside is getting warm. And there it is. Just like that. Now, how big of a flame should you have on there? I've heard it should be about the size of a standard candle flame. And by moving the lever over, I can of course put more water in there and get a bigger flame. Well, now how much light does that throw off? Well, it throws off enough to work in a mine, that's for sure. Now I have tested this out, and it'll throw enough light to be able to walk around a campsite, do little projects, or just leave it on at night as a night light for a while. The only problem is it smells like burning acetylene. So there you go. Candle lamp and a acetylene burner. And I don't think we're going to get any sunset tonight, so I'll leave that out for now. Hope you had as good a canoe trip as I have in the last 30 years. Take it easy and stay safe. And don't fall off the rocks trying to get back up to the camera.